What up, everyone? Merry Christmas. Last night I watched Black Christmas from 1974, I believe, was the year it was made in. And I think this is my first Christmas horror movie ever. Obviously, I watched Christmas movies as a kid growing up, but never a Christmas horror movie. There was always Halloween horror movies or something like that. So I was very excited to watch a Christmas horror movie and an old school one at that. And just to get it out of the way, this movie is pretty good. I wouldn't call it a masterpiece, but I would call it very unique, and it's definitely completely different from anything I've ever seen out of all of the movies, thousands of the movies I watched. This one stands on its own 2 feet pretty good. It, like I said, it's very unique. The villain here, the killer, is really, really disturbing. You don't get to see him much, but yeah, the way they handle it by the end of the movie is really good. Sorry, I'm kind of jumping around here, but one thing I really appreciate, or two things I really appreciated about it was the use of the killer and how much they used him, which isn't too much. A lot of the time is spent developing the characters, which I actually really liked, and I really like the way this movie ends. I thought it was really well done. Um, you don't really get like a clear, I wouldn't say motivation, but you don't really get like a clear like if the killer's gonna get captured or not. And he doesn't. He makes it. He gets away, and he's still living in the attic of the sorority house. And the one thing I found so messed up about this movie was all the dead bodies were in the attic the whole goddamn time. Meanwhile, the police force and everyone else is wasting. And I wouldn't say wasting time because they don't know, but they're basically wasting time and looking everywhere else but the house itself. Even when the girl on the phone can hear the strange noises up there, it takes them. It took her a while to finally clue into what was going on, and then she gets attacked, but she survives. It was all really well done. The characters are well done. The cinematography is great. Just having this in the 70s is really cool. It has that old grainy, shitty cinematography feel to it, so it looks really old and rugged, and that just adds to the creepiness. The only reason I don't call this movie a masterpiece, I don't really have a desire to watch it again, and I feel like the killer was utilized well, but I think there could have been a couple more kills. We did get a lot of time with the characters, which I'm always thankful for, but it would have been nice to have a bit more kills to balance it out. I didn't feel like there was a lot, and they do cut away from a lot of them, and they don't show what happens, but they are creative. The phone calls in this movie are definitely the most disturbing part. That shit was fucked up. I've never seen anything like that in a horror movie. Just the sounds and the noises that this guy makes is just disgustingly, disturbingly creepy. Don't really have any words for it. It left me pretty speechless. Like every time the phone rang, I was like, "Oh my god!" That I think was definitely better than the kills, and I can't take the kills credit away from the movie, saying I wanted to see more because I think a lot of this movie relies on the phone calls. It's more of a mental fuckery, if you know what I mean. It's more of a definitely just makes you think more than you have to see, and I like that. And I wasn't expecting that. Don't like I said, I don't know. There's only a few movies out there that I call a masterpiece. I do think this movie is really good, but yeah, just a couple of things I would change if that was me making the movie. The characters obviously make stupid decisions, but I found this to be a lot more um, not as like see through, obviously, as like Scream. Apparently, this is one of the first slasher movies, so it's not, some parts are predictable, but the overall premise of it is like we still to this day haven't seen anything like it. They might have made a Black Christmas, reboot, or something stupid like that. But I think this movie is very original, it's very unique, and it's very disturbing. But just not quite a masterpiece, like I said. There's just some movies I think are, this one to me, it's more of like a B plus. It was almost perfect, but yeah. All in all, I think it's a good movie. I would give it 8 out of 10. I think that's a pretty solid score. Some of the acting can be a bit stale and wooden, but for the most part, it's a really enjoyable movie. And it's only an hour and a half, so the pacing's not bad. It is a bit slow, but it goes by really fast. And I don't think I'm gonna be picking up a phone call this Christmas. That shit was just creepy as fuck, man. I can't explain. It was just disgusting, disturbing. All of those words you can find. That's what it is. Um, I really hope they don't try to make. I heard there is a Black Christmas, like a new one, but like I heard it's not even rated R, and yeah, I don't know. You can't really do that because the disturbing parts obviously make it rated R, and if you take that out, then what are you left with, really? So that's basically it for the review. If you haven't checked it out yet, I would definitely go watch it. I didn't get too much of a Christmas feel from it, but you get the kids singing the Christmas carols, you got the lights everywhere, but yeah, I didn't find it too Christmassy, but it was pretty fucking disturbing to watch. I will admit that. Let me know in the comments if you guys have seen the movie or not, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Peace out.